Good evening, and it is evening, not morning, so this is a bit of a departure for me. But what I want to look at this evening is how to install a hard drive to the Xbox, and then how to then transfer your games and apps from one USB hard drive to another USB hard drive. And first things first, obviously, you have to plug your second drive in, and your Xbox should be on already, and then if you've got a USB drive, there's two types, one that doesn't require a power supply, one that does. If you have a power supply, then obviously make sure the power supply is plugged into the USB drive. Turn on your Xbox, and then once your Xbox is booted up, plug in the USB drive. Once you've plugged in the USB drive, the screen you see now should pop up. If it doesn't, then you should be able to go into it via settings. But hopefully you can get into it from here. It should pop up automatically, and it will give you these three options. Use for media, that's if you want to put films and music, that kind of thing on it. Cancel, obviously, if you don't want to do anything with it. And format storage device. Now, if you format storage device, it will only work on the Xbox, and if you want to use it on a PC or anything else, then you'll need to take it away and reformat it on the PC. And I've done a video about that, but that's not for this video. So what we want to do is we want to format the storage device. And the reason we want to do that is we want to be able to use it for games and apps. And we want to give it a name. So let's see, what should we call it? Games. Games 8 terabyte, and that's because it's an 8 terabyte drive, and that'll allow me to recognize it as opposed to my other drive, which is a 4 terabyte drive. Hopefully I won't need to do that once it's all done, because once it's all set up, I'm going to unplug the 4 terabyte drive because I don't think I'm going to need 12 terabytes. So anyway, we've chosen that, so that's okay. Install new things here. Yep. If you didn't want to install new games and apps, then obviously you would say no to that. But we want to install any new games that are installed on the system. We want to go to this hard drive. And then it says cancel or format storage device. So we want to format storage device. And it should pop up in a moment and tell us that it's formatted it. And there you go, hold to launch. So if we go into that, excuse the font on this because I'm in the preview program and sometimes the fonts get messed up. We've got 174 games, but they're all at the moment stored on the 4 terabyte hard drive. So the next thing we want to do is we want to actually transfer the games across. So we want to go back from here. Let's go into settings. Settings in there. And then from settings, you want to go down to system, storage. And now if you look here, we should have 3 drives. There you go, 3 drives. And one of them is games 8 terabytes. And that's the one we've just installed. So that's all ready to go now. Now, if we go into Xbox Games 2, it's got view content and transfer. So let's see if we go into transfer. And it brings up all the games and apps. And we can transfer these individually, or we can do the whole lot. So just to show that it works, let's just do something fairly small and quick. Don't want it. Let's do a small game. Arcade game series Galaga, 898.2 megabytes. So that should do. So if we do move selected, and then we choose where we want to move it to, and move, and you can see it moving. it shouldn't take too long because it's very small. Good, so that's now moved. So now if we go back out of here and we look at the, it still says 0 used. If we have a look, view content, it should show that that game is now on the new hard drive. And it says 1. There you go. Arcade Game Series Galaga. So that's now transferred that across. So if we go back out of there, and this time I'm going to set it up to transfer all of the games. So if we go in there and we do transfer, and then we go across to select all, and I'm going to do move selected. If you're a bit concerned, you could do copy selected, but I'm going to do move selected because the reality is that if some of these don't go across properly, you can always re-download them as long as you're logged on. That shouldn't be an issue. So let's do move selected. And as you see, there's a lot. So this is going to take some time. So let's just do that now. Move selected. And we want to move it to games 8 terabytes. So let's select that. And now it's going to say that's how much space it's going to take up. Can you see it's going to be nearly half the drive. Move. Ah, right, okay. So it's now updated and it's showing me the queue. So if you can see here, it was just having a bit of a funny 5 minutes. And yeah, so it's actually transferring all those games across. Now, it's going to take some time because as you can see, there's 437 games in the queue. So hopefully they'll all go across okay. If they don't, then we'll find out once it's all done. But for the time being, I'm just going to have to let it run. And I will come back and have a look at this in the morning because it's going to take, I would imagine, most of the evening. So anyway, that's me done for now. It was a bit of a mess in the middle there, but we got there in the end. And yeah, once this is, as I say, once this is all done and it's transferred across, we'll come back and have a look and see if it's gone through okay. So yeah, that's me done for now, and I'll see you in the next part. Right, and we're back. And as I said, it did take a little while, so I actually went to bed last night and left this going. And when I came down this morning, virtually everything had transferred across. There was one game that didn't transfer across, and you can see that at the top left now, and that's Doom. So what I did this morning is I went in and I transferred Doom as I did with the game I showed yesterday. And that has now transferred across. So if you do run into any problems like that, you can just go in and then do them again. And everything has now gone across. As you can see, the queue is completely empty and it's showing that I have 379 games. So let's just go up and have a look at those now. So you can see them all there. Now, what you might find is when you go up to games, you may find that there's nothing showing. And if that's the case, it may be that on your filter, this here, can you see it? On the filter, you've got it set to your original drive. So if I had that set to Xbox Games 2, which was the drive I transferred all the games from, then when you go up to all your games, it would look like that. Which is not much use. So what you would do is you could go in and you could change it to the new drive, games 8 terabyte, or just all storage. I usually have it on all storage unless there's a particular reason not to. And as you can see, everything is all in there. You can go all the way down and there's a whole raft of games in here. So we've got them all across, but do they work? This is the question. So let's just see if they work okay and go into, I don't know, Forza Horizon 4 is a good game to go into and see if that loads up, and it seems quite promising initially. It seems to start loading. Now, You may be wondering what happens about saves. Well, with the Xbox, there's no issue, because if you're connected to Xbox Live, all your saves will be automatically backed up to the cloud no matter what machine you're on. It's a little bit different with the PlayStation, but this is one area where the Xbox, I should say, excels. So we're in. And what you'll find is any of your saves will automatically be there, and you shouldn't have any issues at all with that. As I say, it can be more of an issue with the PlayStation, but it's not an issue at all, or it shouldn't be at least, with the Xbox. And we should see here, when I go in, it should load up my save, even though I'm on a brand new drive. And unfortunately, Forza Horizon 4's quite a slow loading game. Worth it though once you get in. And as you can see,
welcome back, Joe.
We are in. Welcome back, Joe. And I'm in with all my cars and everything from before. So it's all working fine. So that's that. Put in a new hard drive, transferred the data from the old hard drive to the new hard drive. And now what you can do is you can do anything you like with your old hard drive. You can still use it, or you can unplug it and take it and go and do something else with it. And that's what I intend to do with it. I'm going to go and use it as a backup drive on my PC. So anyway, that's that. Hopefully that was some use to you guys. I'm going to grab myself a cup of tea and some lunch because it's midday. And I'll speak to you in the next one. Bye.